In this video, we're talking how to get clients for your advertising social media marketing agency in 2019. Stay tuned. If you don't do it for yourself, nobody's gonna do it for you. Thank you so much for tuning in again on the channel, and I appreciate you all being here. Honestly, I appreciate every single subscriber that I have. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. There's going to be a lot of business, marketing related tips that you're going to find very useful. Guarantee you that. Today, we have a very important topic. Everyone's like, Yvette, how do we get fucking clients, man? I know what I'm doing. I can run Facebook ads. You know, I know I can help people, but how do I get the clients in the first place? Okay? And these are my methods for 2019. Now, a lot of people think that what used to work at the beginning of 2018 will work the same way the beginning of 2019, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The methods that we employed in the beginning of the year are not working so well at the end of the year, so we had to switch, you know, multiple times. We had to adjust because the market is changing so rapidly, and if you're not making the correct adjustments, then you're gonna fall behind big time. And I know in this video I'm gonna give you everything that you need to get clients in 2019. Okay, so here we go. Number one, you need to have an online presence. You are nowhere to be seen, mate. Nowhere to be fucking seen. Online presence, okay? So important. Why should people do business with you? If you can't even answer that question to yourself, then why would really anybody do business with you, right? You need to have, you know, all your social media platforms looking the part, right? So when you're reaching out to people through those same social media platforms, you need to make sure that you look like somebody that's even worth talking to. Now, I have another video which is called Online Presence Hacks. You can go back to that one and kind of review what's in the video. A lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about apply to this here, but online presence is absolutely important. If you're reaching out, for example, on Instagram, then make sure you use everything an Instagram has to offer. Right? Use stories, use pin stories. Make sure you have, you know, testimonials on there, so people can see that there's other experiences, there's other people that have worked with you and they've had success. So you need to have something that makes you stand out. If you have an average looking profile and you reach out to somebody, what would that, you know, make the other person think? Would they be inclined to reply to you? Probably not. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person. And in 2019, it's really not a luxury to have all your social media platforms looking on point. It's mandatory. If you want to have any sort of success when building your social media advertising agency, you need to make sure that you have all your social media platforms look on point. Number two, I would say, is build a case study funnel. What is a case study funnel? Well, a case study funnel is a page, could be a ClickFunnels page, right? With description of what they're gonna find in that case study, which is obviously maybe testimonials. Maybe you have a massive testimonial that somebody's given you that you've already worked with. And then you can list all the things here, and then you have a button, okay? Now to watch the case study. Now, once they go to the case study, right? There's another page, they watch the case study, right? And then they go to a scheduling software. Okay? And this is literally everything that you need. You have a very strong case study funnel, right? And then when you're clearly showing people that are interested in what you have to offer, when you're clearly showing them how you can help them firsthand, right? Then it's so easy to convert. And then what you can do is you can have a Facebook pixel installed on the actual case study funnel. So when they watch it, but they haven't booked a call, you can later on retarget them with, with a call to action to actually book a call, right? And for those of you, and for those people that obviously didn't watch the case study funnel, you can do the same thing. You can retarget them, but you're gonna retarget them to actually watch the case study funnel. If you don't have any testimonials, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You need to just show people how you're gonna get them from point A to point B, okay? From when they are to where they want to be, ideally, right? So that's what you're gonna be showing them here. If you have a testimonial, more power to you. Where you can use a case study. You can use your case study when you're reaching out to people on LinkedIn. That could be the first or the second message, depending on what kind of sequence you've got going on. And you can also include it in your bio. You can include it in your bio on Facebook. You can include it in your bio on Instagram, on LinkedIn, right? So it's visible. People can actually see it, right? If people want to find out what you're all about, they can go to that case study funnel and they can check you out. They can check out what you can do for them. Now, number 3 is you need to have a solid outreach technique. Strategy. I'm sorry. You need to have a solid outreach strategy. What do I mean? You need to have the exact numbers of messages that you're going to be sending now every single day throughout all the social media platforms and email if you're doing email as well. Okay, if you're not doing email, you're probably missing out. So I highly recommend you do email, but you need to have an exact number of messages that you're sending out when doing your daily outreach for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, depending on your industry, and your emails as well, okay? And you also need to make sure that you have a sequence. Don't just reach out to them and send them one message. Now on LinkedIn and email, you can have follow-up emails or messages respectively. And what you're doing that way is you're making sure that you're using everything that you can in order for you to get your foot in the door. And that's all you need. Your first goal is for you, for them to reply, then to get on a call with them, and then to close the sale, okay? Now, whether you do have the case study funnel or you don't, make sure you have a scheduling software in place, okay? Don't do all this, when are you available? Are you available at this time? I'm available at this time, right? Make sure you have a scheduling software, because that makes you look a lot more professional. If you have a scheduling software, that probably means, your time is of value, you value their time as well, synchronize with your calendar, with their calendar, so they'll respect that. You made the effort. Instead of just going back and forth, hey, when are you available? Are you available at that time? Okay, can you do that time, right? Have a scheduling software, have 5-6 slots in there for the day, and they have to adjust. Now let's do a quick recap once again. You need to make sure your online presence is looking on point, okay? What does that mean? All your social media platforms need to look the part, okay? You need to have some things that will differentiate you from the rest of the crowd. There's people every single day that are buying courses left and right on how to grow a social media marketing agency. You need to understand the barrier to enter this business model is so low, right? Imagine if you wanted to, open your own restaurant, or if you wanted to open your own nightclub, you'd actually need real money to start that business. What this model provides you with is you don't have to be liquid. You can just start out with pretty much nothing. So you need to make sure that you differentiate yourself in the market. And the only way for you to do that is for you to build a strong online presence and for you to build a case study funnel that you can later on retarget them on both scenarios here. whether they've watched the case study or they didn't watch the case study. And number 3 is you need to make sure you have a solid outreach strategy that's executed on a daily basis. That means an exact amount of messages that are going to go out on every single platform, wherever it is that you might be using: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, depending on your industry, or email. And again, thank you so much. I hope this was of help to you. If you like this video, give it a fat like. If you want to absolutely kill it in the game of advertising, growing your business, growing your agency in 2019, make sure you reach out to me. The links will be down in the description. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again on the next one.